All right, I want to talk about Cyraxx real quick. I just got through watching more videos of him getting in his path beef with Marty and a bunch of random people coming on his property, messing with Cyraxx. Cyraxx made a video last month and he was saying that he's been feuding with Marty and all these other trolls on the internet for 7 years. And I remember him mentioning that he was scared, that he needed help, that he went to the police and the cops didn't really do anything about it. The cops, they didn't really take the case serious about the situation that he's dealing with people coming to his property. Because I remember Cyraxx mentioned in his video last month before he shut down his YouTube channel, he mentioned that someone threw a glass bomb at his house, and he said that he was shot at. He said somebody tried to break into their house while they was gone, and I remember him saying that the police arrested that person before they broke in. So they did got one of those guys that tried to break into their place when they was gone. And Cyraxx also mentioned that people were throwing bricks at his grandmother's car and at their house windows and all that stuff like that. Cyraxx said he was really dealing with a lot of that mess from the internet. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is how did these people know where you lived at? And I even mentioned this in my last video, and someone left a comment saying that Cyraxx was the one that volunteered and gave his address. So that is why these people from YouTube or the internet and all these trolls coming on his property messing with him, because Cyraxx was dumb enough to give out his address. At first, I thought somebody might have doxed him or something like that, or IP sniffed him and somehow found out his location. But several people told me that Cyraxx was the one that gave out his address. So that's why a bunch of random people coming to his house, harassing him, messing with him, sending the police on his property, everything like that. And all I gotta say is, Cyraxx, that was a very, very stupid, dumb move you made there, dude. I mean, honestly, man, you really didn't use your brains. Okay, I get it. These people on the internet piss you off. But you got to think about the consequences behind that of giving up your address. See, you didn't think about, you were thinking about nobody but yourself. But what you fail to realize is that not only that you put yourself in danger, you put your grandmother in danger. You dragged her into your so-called little internet beef. And you really should be ashamed of yourself. Because honestly, I would be ashamed of myself if I was in YouTube beef with Marty and some random guys, and I was dumb enough to give out my address. Then next thing you know, just a bunch of random people just coming on my property, throwing bricks at my windows and trying to break in my place and throwing glass bombs at my house, all because I gave up my address. So not only that you put yourself in danger, Cyraxx, you put your grandmother and your parents in danger, who else is ever living with you. You put them in danger all over your stupid internet drama, when you really should have just gave out a different address. Okay, if you wanted to fight these guys and meet up with these guys, you should have just gave an address somewhere at a store parking lot somewhere. You should have gave them at a parking lot somewhere down there in Ohio. I think that's where you're from, Cyraxx. I think you're in somewhere down there in Ohio. Because if I was going to fight somebody, I'd have been like, all right, meet me in this parking lot over here. I'm not going to give somebody my address while I'm sitting there laying in the bed sleep and they go kicking my door down while I'm asleep. I'm like, no, man, you're not going to catch me slipping like that. If you're going to fight somebody, at least give them an address of way away from your property. Like, dude, you didn't really think straight, bro. You didn't even really use your brains. You sat there and you sit there and said that, oh, I'm scared and I fear for my life and everything like that. I said, yeah, because you was dumb enough to give your address. You was dumb enough to put yourself in danger. You and your grandmother, you know what I'm saying? You put her in danger. On some real shit, man. Let me tell you something. If I was living with my grandmother and she found out that I volunteered gave her address to a bunch of random strangers on the internet, and they come on her property harassing me and harassing her, and she finds out that I was the one that gave out the address, my grandmother would have cursed my ass out. She would have told me to pack my bags up and get the hell out of her house. That's what my grandmother would have did if she would have found out that I was the one that gave her address to a bunch of random people so they can come on her property and harassing us. She would have don't kick my ass out. She'd have cursed me out and kicked my ass out and put me out. I'm surprised your grandmother ain't did you like that. Cause what your grandmother should have did was just kicked you out, bringing all that drama and stuff on her property. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised she ain't kicked you out. And you really should be ashamed of yourself, bro, for putting her in danger like that, putting your grandmother and your parents in danger like that, Cyraxx. All because of internet drama. You know, if you're gonna do this internet drama, man, don't tell them to come to your property. Don't do that, man. Don't give people your address. And you mentioned in the videos last month that you said you was scared and you're afraid of Marty and these guys might come on your property. You said that y'all went to the police and the police doesn't really take it all that serious. Well, here's my advice for you, Cyraxx. My advice to you and your grandmother and your parents is go out and go get y'all a gun. Go purchase y'all a gun. Get you a gun. That's all I gotta tell you. Because if it's serious like that, if you got a bunch of random people from YouTube and the internet and trolls coming on your property, harassing you, doing that, and y'all go to the cops and they're not doing anything about it, then my advice to you is go get you a gun. And when you get you a gun, don't brag about that you got a gun. Don't tell nobody that you got a gun. Don't show nobody on the internet that you got a gun. Make them all think you ain't got a gun. So that way, in case the next person who wants to try you come on your property and you pull your gun out, you let them know that you really about it. Because honestly, if I was in your situation, Cyraxx, I would have got me a gun. I'd have got me a gun, and the next imbecile would decide to come on my property and decide to screw with me. They would have caught a bullet, and I definitely would have squeezed too, and I would have told the cops I did it too. Now, would I go to jail? Would they put me in jail for it? Yeah, they would have locked me up in jail. But here's the thing with you, Cyraxx. You might can get off this. You might can win this case because you claiming that you went to the police and they, the Ohio police saying, you're saying that excuse me, you're saying that the Ohio police kind of failed you and your family. Okay, take the law in your own hands, man. Go get you a gun. And if someone else try you, hey, do what you gotta do, man. Because if you shoot somebody, yeah, you probably go to jail for it, but you might win the case. Because you know what I'm saying, you get you a lawyer and you tell them like, hey, I reported to the Ohio police and they done nothing about it. And the video's proof on YouTube. There's video proof of YouTube of these people coming on your property harassing you. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that you got evidence and proof to back that up of those people coming on your property filming you, because there's a video of you holding a baseball bat trying to defend yourself on your own property. So yeah, if you shoot and kill one of these people that come on your property that's messing with you, you could pretty much probably get away with that, bro, because there's video proof and evidence on YouTube that there are people coming up there messing with you and screwing with you. So you might win that case, in self-defense. Because down here in my state, the law is if anybody come on your property and trying to mess with you, you got every right to shoot them. Especially if you tell them to get off your property and they refuse to leave, you got every right to defend your property and protect your property. But I seen the video with you holding that baseball bat, and let me just say this about you, Cyraxx. You better off just having a gun, man. You better off having a gun, because a guy like you and your size is not in no position to try to fight somebody. Because looking at you, I can clearly tell, man, if you can easily get your butt whooped. You couldn't whoop nobody. Man, a 10-year-old child can probably whoop you, man, overpower you, Cyraxx. So you better off just getting you a gun, man. That's all I gotta say. Because if I was in your situation, I'd get a gun, man. I'd get a gun. And I said, the next motherfucker who come on my property, they gonna get it. That's all I gotta say. And you might win that case because you claim that you went to the police and they said you claim that they didn't take it serious. I mean, of course they're gonna take you in and question you, and you just let them know, like, hey, there's video proof of YouTube with these people coming on my property. So yeah, I did what I had to do to protect my grandmother and my family. I did what I had to do to shoot this maniac. You know, that's what I would have done. Screw that. You know, you gotta let people know you mean business, man. So, yeah, man, go out and go get you a gun, man. And there's so many allegations on you, bro, about you showing you being a pedophile and all that stuff like that. It's not looking good on you, bro. Not looking good on you at all, Cyraxx. But, yeah, that's all I gotta say. You know, you talking about saying that, oh, I'm scared of these people. Go get you a gun, man. Get you a gun. Don't even think about going there trying to fight these people. Get you a gun. That's all I gotta say. And put that sword away, man. I mean, I seen a video you threatened Marty and talking about you gonna chop him up into pieces with your sword. Man, put that sword away, man. You ain't strong enough, man. You better off just getting you a gun. Especially, I mean, if I was somebody like you, man, if I was like your size and your height and your health condition, man, I'd get me a gun, man. I wouldn't even try to fight none of these guys. I wouldn't even fight these guys, man. I just get me a damn gun and let these guys know I mean business. They'll leave you alone. You shoot one of them, they'll leave you alone. Or better yet, you and your grandmother and your parents, y'all just better off just moving out of that house and just moving somewhere else. Y'all better off just doing that. I don't know. Move somewhere different. Maybe they won't find out where you guys live at. But as I was saying, dude, you know, you really should be ashamed of yourself leaking out your address like that and putting your grandmother in danger like that. Because if something happened to your grandmother, you're responsible for that, bro. And I'm sure your grandmother probably cursed your ass out and probably told your ass that. Now, what she probably done cursed you out and probably done told you. Thanks to you, you get all these random people from your stupid beef on the internet harassing us, disturbing our life. I'm pretty sure she probably told you that. And you know what? Rightfully so. She's got every right to curse you out. You know? You put her in harm's way. All because of your drama with Marty and all these guys, man. You should really be ashamed of yourself, man, putting your grandmother through that. But that just goes to show that Cyraxx doesn't think about it until it's too late. He have regrets now. That's all I'm gonna say about this dude, man. If you that scared, bro, go get you a gun and protect you and your grandmother if it comes down to it. Anyway, peace.